she's right, maybe I'm wrong. Baby, we'll fight just to move us along. Yeah, I can't deny writing this song, hoping she'll find she's not alone.
What is going on, sexies? Another day in the Matrix, huh? It's raining a lot. My projector, but no, it's raining a lot. So we gotta take it inside for the night, boys and girls, which is fine. But as always, I hope you guys' day in this reality is doing beautifully. I hope you're doing what you gotta do to, you know, get on the track that you gotta be on with this new year, right? When you wanna be, make sure you're doing what you gotta do to be in alignment with that version of you that you've been trying to be, or whatever, you know what I mean? Or you've been doing it, cool, good job, kudos to you. Keep on that track with that version of you, and then at the end, even though there is no end or beginning, you know what I mean? You'll get the desired outcome, is what I mean. But this is like an actual video. Well, on TikTok, there's a dude that wanted me to do a video on this, and I did before. I thought I'll do another one, fuck it. Just about lust, you know, lust and the desires. But all this really is ego stuff, the lust and the desires, you know what I mean? I mean, you can desire something, that's fine, but there's like desire to where it's restlessness, you need it, or you don't, you know, unless you have it, you're not whole and complete. That's what I mean, like ego shit. Because it's fine, the soul can crave and desire stuff, whereas the ego, on the other hand, is just, it could be a little bit too much, you know what I mean? A little bit chaotic. Sorry, I ate a poke bowl, if you know what that is. It's sushi. And I was hungry, I didn't eat. I mean, I ate today, but it was a minute ago, and I ate too fast because I was so hungry, and I kind of like, not really choked, but almost did. Like, it's just kind of like, it feels like there's a little bit of edamame in my throat, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm good. I'm not gonna die. Hopefully. But maybe a little bit, maybe egoically, you know what I mean? We're always dying and shit. Like, you can die many times before you physically die. That's a beautiful thing about spiritual awakening, just awakening in general. But nah, this video, I'll do the video, man. It's always good to take a breather, right? Always fucking good. Anyways, this one's about the lust and stuff, and before my awakening, shit, yeah. I was definitely in egoic desires. I was definitely in the lust. But you come to understand it, you know. You come to be able to differentiate what is lust and what is actually love. You know, what's soulful, right? But then you notice too, when you awaken, you want more soulful things. You know, this lust or desire, it's only going to go so far. And so you begin to see that. So you notice that you will begin to do things that align with your soul, your spirit, your soul, yeah, not ego shit. It'll be easier for you to ignore that ego shit, you know? Which is cool, and that just means you're aware as fuck if you catch yourself doing that. But it's just like, we're not taught the difference between, you know, egoic desires and soulful connections. We're taught that if something feels intense, it must be important. You know what I mean? If it feels magnetic, it must be meaningful. If it feels addictive, it must be love. But that's not wisdom, that's conditioning. Because ego desires are loud. It's urgent, it's restlessness, it's neediness. It says, I want you because you make me feel something. It says, I need you to feel something in me because I lack. You know, it's rooted in lack. It doesn't make it evil, it just makes it human. You know what I mean? It makes it dangerous, though, when it's unconscious. Because ego doesn't want connection, it wants regulation. It wants familiarity, it wants distraction, it wants relief from discomfort, because it wants familiarity. So what happens is it chases bodies, chases validation, chases intensity, chases the high of being wanted. And bodies meaning people will only look at the surface level, so people will lust over someone's vessel, their body, when merely our body is a consciousness. Yeah, what the fuck, bro? Our body is a vehicle for our consciousness, you know, it's a vessel. And when you really truly awaken, you see that we're not the body, we're just consciousness inhabiting a form, a body. you begin to look at souls for souls and not for objects like or bodies. Like a lot of dudes and their egos, very much surface level, consciousness aware, not as aware that they could be. So they'll look at the females and look at just their body and lust over them without actually connecting to them on a soul to soul level. And when you understand, when you really get out of that surface level shit, then you break the illusion of solidity and you kill the ego desires, and you see that everything is connected. It's more soulful, it's spiritual. You go, as a dude, you'll go out in reality and you'll see a female, and you the awareness of us not being the body, just a consciousness inhabiting a body. You'll look at a female, and it's just like, oh nice, just another version of me in a different form. Just we're all one, just in a different package. That's a nice vessel, but the vibe is cool. I like the aura, I like the energy, I like who you are as a person, as a soul. And then anything on the outside, the vessel is an amplifier of what you are on the inside. But a lot of dudes in their ego, they'll chase just, oh, she's bad, she has to be hot, she has to have a body, an ass, titties. It's like, bro, why are you focusing on the body? Most of the time, when you just start focusing on surface level connections, that it's not going to last, because it's rooted in need, it's rooted in egoic satisfaction, But when you get a connection that surpasses logic, it surpasses surface level, soulful, it's more soulful, it's more, what's the word? Spiritual, I guess, emotional connection, beyond surface level, beyond, it's not lust, it's love. Gotta breathe sometimes, you know what I mean? It's not lust, it's love. So that's the true beauty of it. Like, you'll begin to just know the difference, you know what I mean? Because when you stop chasing bodies, you start chasing souls, you know what I mean? Instead of calling, lust love when it's not. Because you gotta understand, the soul doesn't chase, the soul recognizes, it resonates. Soulful connections feel quiet, not explosive. It feels safe, not consuming. You know what I mean? It feels steady, not dramatic. It doesn't hijack your nervous system. It settles it. Lust says, I need you. Otherwise, I'm not okay. And fucking soul says, I see you. And I'm whole and complete already. Lust feels like hunger. Soul feels like nourishment. Lust wants to take. Soul wants to meet. Resonate. And here's the uncomfortable truth, right? If you've lived most of your life in chaos, peace will feel boring at first because you familiarized yourself to that chaos. So it's boring because it's unfamiliar. And that's why you gotta understand that familiarity doesn't mean it's good for you. So if you've literally lived most of your life in longing, contentment will feel unfamiliar. And if you live most of your life in craving, presence will feel empty, because you're so used to just craving until it becomes full. So when you start choosing soul over stimulation, you might feel lonely before you feel whole. You know what I mean? You might feel bored before you feel balanced. You might even feel still before you feel alive again. But that's all part of the shift. But that stillness, right? It's where the truth lives. It's where clarity is born. And once you feel the difference between hunger and resonance, you can never unfeel it again. You'll know. You stop chasing, you stop forcing, you stop bargaining with your own worth. You wait, you align, you listen. And what comes to you then isn't loud. It's real. It doesn't burn fast, it stays. Because it's real. It lasts. That's the difference between lust and soul. The real soulful shit will stay because it's real. It surpasses logic. It surpasses the physical shit. The validation. Like, it's beautiful, bro. When you find that partner to where not only are they beautiful physically, they got a nice body, sure, but they are beautiful and essential. What am I trying to say? Metaphysically. Existentially. You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? They're beautiful in their whole soul, their essence, just in the way they carry themselves, their aura. Their fucking men, their energetic field is glowing, they're sexy, So then the physical form is merely a amplifier of their presence. You'll understand that. And it's beautiful once you do find that connection. It isn't lust, it is love. It isn't surface level attraction or connection. It's soulful, it's real, it's bliss, it's love, it's ecstasy. It's like that. It's beautiful, man. You'll find it. You'll find the one. If you're watching this video, maybe it's even around the corner. Maybe you already have in your life. Either way, it's like that meme, right? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. So what you'll notice, though, again through this shift, that you will not want temporary dopamine highs. The egoic pleasures. No more hookups. I don't go to bars. I don't go to clubs. I don't even go to raves. All that shit is temporary satisfaction. It's lust. A lot of lust there. And dude, too much lust is draining. It's fucking draining. You know what I mean? It's like we're in a day and age where, oh, how many bodies do you have? How many people have you slept with? It's like if you slept with a lot of people as a guy, you're looked up as cool. And then if you slept with a lot of people as a girl, you're a hoe or whore or whatever. It still sucks. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. Sorry, don't flag me. But I'm new to this, But you get it, right? It's like, either way, you'll notice that you'll want to have more meaningful connections in life because you've seen the truth. You've seen beyond the illusion. You kill your ego. You see all these ideologies we created. They're just all man-made. The labeling, the conditionings, whatever. So once you really kill all that, the meaning that we've attached to everything, you start to crave realness, authentic shit, and you'll get it. And if you want it, you're putting out in the universe that you want this realness, this real connection, the soulful stuff, it'll come. Because again, once you awaken, you're not even going to want or crave anything lustful, anything egoically desire. Yeah, you're going to want long-lasting connections, not temporary dopamine highs, like I said. Then don't get me wrong, you could be like, wow, you could be so turned on by someone, sure, but it's not about the physical shit. It's beyond the physical. What matters, the soul. It's about you know what I mean? It's just like, you could be a little freaky, you know what I mean? Life's about balance. You could be cleaning the streets and a freak in the sheets, that's fine. But it's like, as long as you understand that it's not about the body, it's not what's on the outside that matters. It is as cliche as that sounds, it is what is on the inside. Soul to soul, not body to body. Alright? And I found it's so beautiful. I'm gonna say it again. I found that connection. It's still so surreal. I'm like, damn, this really is a dream. I found that connection. I found that special someone where, dude, she's beautiful, and physically, on her body, her vessel, got a nice vessel, very nice vessel, actually. Damn. But it's like, not only it's who she is as a soul, as a vibe. That's what matters, not. And then again, the body is merely an amplifier. So I found that connection, that it is just love. It's not lust. And you don't even have to ask. You don't even got to question, second guess. When the relationship dynamic you're in is love. You don't even got to question. If you got to question, shit, maybe it's not love. You don't got to question when you know. It just is. It feels more real than real. More real than real. It feels like you've been searching for it your whole life and it's finally here. You know what I mean? You can go through many connections just to find that one that finally you settle for, because you know that it surpasses logic. It surpasses, again, surface level attraction. Sure, the surface level attraction is there, but when you have an emotional, spiritual, mental connection, even, it's beautiful. Again, the physical at that point is merely an amplifier for the connection that you already have built metaphysically. So yeah, you'll find it, guys. I feel it. You'll find it. Everything's connected. Just keep doing what you love to do in your life, in your reality. Keep being the version of you that you would be without having to have finally, literally too. I've manifested her, right? And I'm the version I've been even before knowing she existed. I've been being the version of me that I would be finally being in an ideal relationship. Now I'm in that ideal relationship, and I noticed that I'm still that version of me that I was before her because I've been doing the work. I've been being the version of me that I would be finally being in this relationship that I'm in right now. And it just goes to show that it's true. Be the version of you that you would be finally being in that relationship that you want to be in, right? Because it makes it come faster and amplifies faster. And it's like I'm still the same person that I was before her, but now I'm amplified, you know? It's like, yeah, it's like a little puzzle piece, an extension of me. Whereas before, an egoic, lustful connection could be, now that I have you, I can feel whole. Now I can feel the person that I've been wanting to feel. But you've had that potential to be the person that you would thought that you would be once they're there. It's all in the mind. It's all the ego. And you notice that also too, when you do be the version of you that you will, when you do be the version of you that you would be if you were in the ideal relationship right now, before you get in that ideal relationship, you will then more so attract soulful, real connections. Because the egoic desire and lustful connections, they want it now, they want it now, they want it now. Instant gratification. So you'll settle for the first person no matter what. That's not real. You see what I mean? But if you keep doing your inner work and you be the version of you that you would be in the ideal relationship, you will attract the soulful, real connection that will stay for the rest of your life, even because it's real. Soulful lasts. Lust, ego, and desire is just temporary. It fades. That's how you know. And you just know. Remember? If you know, you know. So that's it for the day, guys. Almost a 20-minute video. Usually I make my videos that I do in my room not that long. Like, if they're this long, it's because I'm outside vlogging. But fuck it, I feel like I needed to talk. So, without further ado, namaste, lady, and I'll see you in the next one.